morning everyone. Today's thought is every morning you have a new opportunity to become a happier version of yourself. So today's date is 6th of August 2020 and is Thursday.
Hello students, this is your science period and I am your science teacher. Students, in our previous classes we learned chapter 4 and chapter name is pollination, and in this chapter we learn some topics like parts of a flower and what is flower and complete flowers and incomplete flower and unisexual flower. So again I am repeat this topics. Types of flowers, okay? So students, types of flowers. Types of flowers. First is complete flower. First is complete flowers, okay? And second is incomplete flower. Second is incomplete flowers. Okay. So what is complete flower? Complete flower, if a flower has all four rows like calyx, corolla, androecium and gynecium, it is called complete flower. Complete flower, if a flower has all four rows, it is called complete flower. Four rows means androecium, gynecium, calyx and corolla. Okay, calyx, corolla, androecium and xylem present in flower is called complete flower. And what is incomplete flower? Incomplete flower means if a flower has one or more rows is absent, means corolla, calyx or androecium or gynecium or one or more parts of absent, it is called incomplete flower. So flowers of sweet corn and squash plants are incomplete flower. Okay. So students, depending on the presence of male and female gametes, reproductive parts can be classified into unisexual and bisexual flowers. Okay. Depending on the presence of male and female gametes. Male part is called stamen and female part is called carpels. Okay. So classified into two parts, unisexual and monosexual flowers. So what is unisexual flowers? Unisexual, the flowers in which either male or female reproductive organs are present. Male and female reproductive organs are present. Reproductive organs are present. Okay, is called unisexual flowers, and monosexual means the flower in which both male and female reproductive are present are called bisexual flowers. Okay, they also term as complete flowers. Okay, for examples, lily, hibiscus and mustard. Okay, so students, in your homework I give you some exercise. Write T for true and F for false. Let's revise it. Those students haven't heard their work, they can complete. So first is papaya flowers is an example of unisexual flowers. Is it true or false? It is true. Papaya is a example of unisexual flowers. Okay. Papaya is an example of So it is called complete flowers. So complete flower consists of four valves. Yes. Is it? It is true. Now third is stamen is called main reproductive mode of a flower. So student, is it true or false? It is true. Stamen is a male reproductive part of a flower. Now next is receptacles is the stalk of a flower. Is it true or false? It is false because pedicle is a stalk of the flower. Okay. Now our homework exercises are completed. Move to our today's topic, pollination and its process. Pollination and its process. Pollination and its process. Have you seen insects such as butterfly, bees, moths visiting flowers? So students, have you seen more insects like butterflies and moths visiting to flowers? Visiting flowers. So what do they do? What do they do? So the insect visit flowers to collect their food, nectar from flowers. Collect their food, nectar from flowers. Okay, nectar from flowers. Pollination and its process. In this process, some insects like butterfly and moths visiting flowers. And so students, what do? They collect their food, nectar from flowers. They collect their food, nectar from flowers. Okay. And also at the same time they help in pollination. At the same time they help in pollination. Okay. Help in pollination process. Okay. So the process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. So student, firstly now I am going to explain you what is pollination. What is pollination? Okay. So pollination, the process of transfer of pollen grains. The process of transfer of pollen grains. The process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. From anther to stigma called pollination. Okay. What is pollination? The process of transfer of pollen grains. The process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. Okay. So pollination is the process that enable reproduction in plants. Okay. So this is a pollination process. The process of transfer pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. And students, next is types of pollination. Types of pollination. So students, there are two types of pollination. First is self-pollination and second is cross-pollination. Okay? There are two types of pollination. First is self-pollination and second is cross-pollination. There are two types of pollination, self-pollination and cross-pollination. So firstly now I am going to explain you what is self-pollination. Self-pollination, transfer of pollen grains from anther of a flower to stigma. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma from one on the same plant. From one on the same plant. From one on the same plant. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma from one on the same plant is called self-pollination. Okay? Transfer of pollen grains anther of a flower to stigma. Okay? Stigma from one on the same plant is called self-pollination. Okay? So self-pollination is also called autogamy. Self-pollination is also called autogamy. Okay? And this is an economical process as agent of pollination are not involved. This is an pollen grains. Pollination by insects. When these insects visit another flower, the now students, pollination by insects means when as insects visit of a flower, the pollen grains get stuck to the body of the insect. When the insect visit the flower, insect visit the flower. When an insect visits the flower, the pollen grains get stuck to the body of the insect. When the visit insect another the flower, the pollen grains get transferred into the another flowers. Thus the breaking out pollination. Okay. So insect pollination flower showing the following characteristics. First is flowers are brightly colors to attach insect. First is flowers are brightly colored to attract insect, and flowers produce the attractive insects, and pollen grains are sticky, produced in less numbers. Examples: rose and flowers are the example of pollination by insects. Okay. Now next is pollination by vine. Pollination by vine. So pollination by vine, in this process, pollen grains in same cases are carried by vine. In this process, pollination by same cases are carried by vine. Flowers in such as same cases show following characteristics. Pollen grains are light. Pollen grains are light and dry and produce in large number, and stigma is large and feathery to catch the vine carried pollen grains. Okay, and the examples are wheat, maize, palm, and grasses is the example of pollination by vine. Next, pollination by water. Pollination by water.